Hey, what's up, you guys? So I want to talk about porn, masturbation. I want to talk about Nofap, semen retention, and I want to talk about that if you're on Nofap slash semen retention, that you're going to go against the norm of this world, okay? And you have to realize what you're going up against here, because you just have to prepare your mind and know what you're going up against. So when you sit there and you start to realize, like myself, hey, there's something wrong with this. This doesn't feel right. This is nasty. This is gross. I should probably stop. Like, once you start realizing that you don't want to be in your bedroom sitting there doing that, and it starts to take up too much time, okay? And once you start to sit there and go on a longer streak, you'll start realizing, like, hey, man, like, I was weak back then. I had no energy. I had brain fog. And you start realizing, like, when you were doing that all the time, all the negative side, I mean, there's so many negative things. I mean, you're releasing dopamine all the time. It destroys your dopamine, okay? And the list just goes on and on and on of all the things that jerking off, doing this every single day does to you. It destroys you. It weakens you so much, okay? But you have to realize something. What is evil is now good. What is good is now evil, okay? So if you're sitting there trying to improve yourself and you're on nofap slash semen retention, that they don't want that. They don't want people to be on semen retention. They don't want people to sit there and be like, man, I just don't want to jerk off anymore. It's not good for me. It's not beneficial. They don't want that, okay? They may pretend like that, oh man, like they care about you or this or that, but they really don't, okay? So, with this being said, if you sit there and you go on Google and you type in, is masturbation good or bad for you? The only thing you're going to see is articles from all these supposedly big named health websites or sites like the Cleveland Clinic or these news outlets promoting, yes, masturbation is great for you. It's wonderful. It's lovely. Okay? And I was going to read you an article the other day about the Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic had a huge article about this. And basically, what they did is they even went as far as to saying that if you struggled with if you felt bad about masturbation, that you should talk to a psychiatrist, and they could help you to relieve the pain and the guilt and all this stuff so you could actually masturbate and not feel bad about this, okay? They were trying to shame people like me and anybody that's on nofap slash semen retention as we're we're bad people. We should feel guilty about being on this because we're pushing an agenda that's not what they want for you. So they're gonna push this idea that we're pretty much, and this is what they've done with everything. If you try to do something that's good, they'll attack you in every single way to justify as to why these people there's spreading conspiracy theories and they're spreading misinformation about all this stuff. And it's like, I don't think that me talking about no fap slash semen retention is spreading anything. If anything, I don't think it's a good thing that guys are up in their room all by themselves, sitting there jerking off, doing this stuff. It's not natural, but they want to convince you, no, 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 it is natural. It is good for you. And going back to the Cleveland Clinic article, they were sitting there talking about, okay, on this, how uh, all the ways that you could jerk off and how pleasurable it was, and how they had this big long list about how all these benefits of fapping all the time, okay? And so they said it could relieve stress, it could help your cortisol level, it could do, and the list just kept going on and on and on. And then at the very end, oh, I people like myself get lumped into this that were pretty much bad people, where we're disgusting because we don't think that it's natural or it's great or wonderful that people should be fapping all the time. That, see, this is what they do. They anything that is evil, they're going to promote it as good. Anything that's good, they're going to promote it as bad, okay? Because ultimately, in my opinion, everything that you see is a spiritual warfare right now, okay? And this is no different. When you watch the news, the media, you really have to have discernment and wisdom here, because these people are the news is, I mean, anything they tell you pretty much, okay, you really have to pay attention. You can't watch the news and sit there and get into a delta state or a theta wave state and sit there and just be a zombie, because dude, you don't do that. Watch it with intent. Question the news on everything, just like this. And a lot of people will not question any of these articles. That once they read the Cleveland Clinic article about masturbation, that's it. They believe that stuff. Oh, I read up on it, and they told me that if I sit there and I don't masturbate, I could get prostate cancer. I guess I should do it. It's healthy for me. Oh, look at all these benefits, man. It came from the Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic told me that masturbation is just completely normal. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. And these people will gobble this stuff up. They will not go against the norm. They will not question anything they're told. And this is the world we live in. And this is just the Nofap semen retention, okay, part. This isn't everything else going on with the world, okay? The world right now, I mean, these people will take anything they could get their hands on that should be very bad or evil and disgusting, and promote it and twist it around and make it seem like it's legit, and it's no, 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 no. It's good for you, okay? So you really have to have discernment when it comes to this stuff. You really have to figure out, okay, what you're going up against, because if you're on this, you have to realize, man, it is what it is. I mean, you're going to be fighting a battle where most people in the world, they're not going to go against what the Cleveland Clinic says. They're not going to go against what they classify as science. They're not going to go against what the news outlet says, because they believe everything they're told from the news, the radio. They still want to be a part of this world. They still believe that the news and all these people, because they say we're the most trustworthy news, that they don't lie, they don't manipulate you, they don't deceive you, they don't trick you. Of course they do, okay? So you have to stay on top of your guard, because I mean, it is very easy to sit there and to fall into these traps, okay? So I would encourage you guys to get right with Christ and ask God to give you the grace to, to continue the journey, because it's only through His grace that we can do this. And you have to realize, if you're on this, you're doing something that is going against the world, okay? Not very many people are going to go down the actual route of actually doing this. They're going to they will convince themselves in their head, because the mind plays tricks on us all the time, that it's acceptable. No, no, no. I just want to test it out, man. I've done it now for 90 days, and I think I could handle it. No, you need to stay on top of this. Don't let your mind play tricks with you here, okay? So I encourage you guys to stay strong, and God bless.